What drug was I using when I first got addicted, and how did I become addicted to drugs? Let's talk about it. What's up, you guys? My name is Nicole Pludre. I'm a person in long-term recovery. I've been sober since July 13th of 2018, and I love to talk about drugs and recovery and life and all the things in between. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how I became addicted to drugs and what things were going on in my life, in my mind, before I became completely strung out on substances. So let's get into it. So around the age of 15 years old, I started to think in my mind that I was fat. That I was so fat that I couldn't walk through the door, that I was a 500-pound woman. I was like really just like over exaggerating in my mind what I really looked like. Body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia. You're probably going, well, where did this come from, Nicole? All my life, my father has been a bodybuilder. He lifts weights. He's pretty much in shape all the time. But he also struggles with overeating and food addiction. And one of the ways that he coped with it was by talking about it all the time. And he would always talk about how he needed to lose weight. And as a young girl growing up, my father did not realize this, but it was affecting me. I was mimicking and hearing everything that he was doing. And so I started to become obsessed with my weight, thinking I needed to lose weight, thinking I was too fat, just like my father did. So around the age of 16 years old, I talked my mom into taking me to the doctor because I needed to lose 20 pounds, right? And my doctor prescribed me Adipex, which is a stimulant medication, okay? And I took Adipex for like 2 months. I think I had the prescription, and I lost the 20 pounds I wanted to lose, and I felt so great. I felt so great when I took the medication as well. So once he took the medication away from me, I started looking for that same effect in other drugs that you could buy across the counter. And I quickly learned as a young girl that at this time, they were still putting ephedrine in the Hydroxycut, Mini Thins, Herbalife, all those diet pills that were really popular around then. The ones that Anna Nicole Smith was taking, they all still had ephedrine in them at that time. So I could take them and still get that same effect that I got from the Adipex. This is what started my addiction. So I already struggled with an addiction to overeating and coping with food as a young girl. I don't know how there was no way for me not to grow up like that. My two other sisters as well have had the same issues. One of my sisters has been able to get it under control, and she works out and she's in shape. My other sister, Michelle, is still struggling, and we're going to get on this journey together. But it was like everything we did in our family was centered around food, celebrations, eat, right? So there's like, it was almost like I was doomed, right, from the start. So I started taking those Hydroxycut and Herbalife and Mini Thins, and then around like 99, 2000, they made a law that they passed where they would no longer be putting the ephedrine in these pills because people were using it to make methamphetamine with. Do you know where this is taking you? So once I figured out that I couldn't get those pills anymore, then guess what I went and tried? Cocaine and methamphetamine. And that's when I learned that methamphetamine gave me the exact same results that Adipex did. And so that's how I became addicted to methamphetamine. It all stemmed from my food addiction and eating disorder. And now, as a 41-year-old woman, I have addressed my substance use disorder, but I have not addressed my food addiction. And this is food addiction. Overcoming food addiction is harder for me than overcoming drug addiction. It's so very challenging because I have to eat to live every single day. What I'm going to start doing, though, is I'm going to start meal prepping. I am going shopping when my husband gets paid on Wednesday, and I'm going to buy a bunch of food that I know I can make healthy meals with, and I have to start paying attention to the calories that are going in, because that is my problem. I'm not burning enough of the calories that I'm taking in. I know this 100%, and I need to watch my calorie intake, watch my sugar intake, and watch my salt intake. That is where I need to make changes. I've made small little changes throughout the last couple of years, and I was 250 and I'm down to 210 now, but the changes are not extreme enough. And when I'm so afraid that I'm going to be diabetic or pre-diabetic, and so I've got to make these changes. But I wanted to share with you guys, like, that's how my addiction got started, was eating disorders and a food addiction. And I was searching for something to give me a quick fix. And so this happens for so many other people. And so at the core problem is food for me. It always has been. It's always been food and me worrying about what other people think about me. And so now I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this because I give a fuck what anybody thinks about me being fat or if people have something to say about it. I'm doing this for me because I want to live to be in my son's life. If you're somebody who's struggled with your weight like I have, just keep following me and stay on this journey with me, because I'm going to be documenting and sharing the changes with you guys as I go.